This week, right here on Charger Bulletin News, a flag-raising ceremony was held to mark the beginning of Native American Heritage Month. The university provides updates regarding spring 2024 commencement and a look at stats for women's volleyball and Charger football as their season's end draws near. Right here on Charger Bulletin News. Hello, and thank you for tuning in to another week of Charger Bulletin News. My name is Amanda Thompson.
And I'm Gina Cruz. Let's jump right into this week's stories.
The month of November marks the beginning of Native American Heritage Month. The Myatt Center for Diversity and Inclusion hosted a ceremonial flag raising at the German Club on the 1st of November. While challenged with cold temperatures, students still gathered to enjoy the ceremony. Introductions were made by the director of the Myatt Center, Sam Ortiz, who was followed by several student speakers before concluding with a ceremonial raising of the missing and murdered Indigenous women flag. Destiny Ray, president of Pride and a member of the Eastern Pequot tribe, stated, quote, "Indigenous people use this day to honor the memory and suffering inflicted in the 1620s to highlight the ongoing challenges they face today, including the issue of violence against Indigenous women and girls," end quote. Ray, joined by Youssef Abdelhamid, closed the ceremony by raising the missing and murdered Indigenous women flag. Check out the Myatt Center for Diversity and Inclusion's Instagram for more information about this event this month.
For fans of the university's new dining options, Sushi Dough and Campetas, you're in luck. The university has announced as of Monday, November 6th, members of the campus community can use their 2 food truck swipes as a form of payment at either of these 2 dining options. In order to use one of the food truck swipes, students must order online with the Grubhub app. After clicking on either of these dining options on the app, the ability to use a food truck swipe will appear alongside the regular menu option. As of now, it is not certain if dining dollars will soon become another form of payment to be used in Maxey Hall.
The fall sports season is coming to a close, so let's head to our sports anchor, Kat Dennehy, to hear about the latest with the Charger Sports Report.
Hello, and welcome back to the Charger Sports Report. My name is Kat Dennehy. Let's get into this week's updates. With women's volleyball and football being the only fall sports teams remaining in regular season play, this report will be quick. Starting with women's volleyball and their win against Southern Connecticut State University this past Friday after their tough loss against the Adelphia University Panthers. The Chargers won all 3 sets in the Elm City rivalry matchup and claimed the title of, quote, our city, end quote. This is the second matchup between the Chargers and the Owls for the 2023 season, this time as a Northeast 10 conference matchup. The win puts the Chargers at 8-1 in the conference, tying with Bentley University for the number 2 seed. The Chargers then hit the road to face University of Bridgeport in a non-conference matchup. Winning just 2 of the 5 sets, the Chargers walked away with a 3-2 loss. Their next game is slated for this Friday against St. Anselm College at home in an NE10 conference matchup. Football remains at the top of the NE10 conference after their conference matchup with Pace University in their close 17-14 win. Pace held the lead going into the 4th quarter, but the Chargers soon answered with the winning touchdown from graduate student and quarterback Dalen Menard with 2 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. The Setters had a chance to tie the game but were denied after a missed field goal attempt, keeping the Chargers ahead. This Saturday, the team returns to the Blue for the final regular season game against Bentley to determine who takes home the NE10 regular season championship. The game starts at 1 p.m. That's all for the Charger Sports Report this week. Switching it up this week, we now head to Emily Lavoie, who has the latest updates in the world of entertainment. What's new this week, Emily?
Thanks, Kat, and welcome back to Entertainment. I'm Emily Lavoie. Let's get into this week's stories. If you're a Broadway fan, the story is for you. The heavily successful Broadway production, Waitress, is coming on the big screen on a short stint. Originally based on the Waitress film released in 2007, the movie was adapted to Broadway and opened in 2016. The Broadway production played 1,544 regular performances before closing in early January of 2020. For 5 days, beginning on this December 17th, Waitress will be coming to theaters nationwide. The production features stars such as Sarah Bareilles and Jesse Moeller. The plot of the story follows Jenna, a waitress and a pie maker in a small town and a sad marriage. What do you think? Will you be tuning in this December? All right, Swifties, I promise we didn't forget about you. As we all know, Taylor Swift released 1989, Taylor's version, only a few weeks ago. The original album was released on October 27th in 2014 and had over 1 million units sold. The re-recording, released exactly 9 years later, was predicted to reach even more success. To no one's surprise, 1989 Taylor's version was and still is massively popular. The album sold over 3.5 million units in just the first week of its debut, snagging the #1 spot on the Billboard 200. Taylor exceeded the album's first week sales and broke the record of most streamed artists in a single day, the original record holder being But herself. It's clear that Taylor is not slowing down anytime soon. The question is, what do you think she'll be doing next? That's all for entertainment this week. Let's head back to the desk with Gina.
Resident assistants across campus work hard to ensure each of their residents have a positive college experience. As this academic year falls at its midpoint, applications to join the Office of Residential Life team have now opened. Danielle Catalano has more of this story and more.
It's that time of year again to begin applying to be the resident assistants for the 2024-2025 school year. Resident assistants play a role in keeping residential life safe and welcoming, while also being a role model for all students. The Office of Residential Life is hosting information sessions for any students who are interested in becoming an RA or want to see how the process works. Students can attend the next session on Thursday, November 16th from 3 to 4 p.m. in the Moulton Lounge. In order to be applied to be a resident assistant, students must attend at least one of these sessions. Applications are being accepted now through December 10th, and applications can be found on the My Housing portal through My Charger. The International Student Council and the Office of Graduate International Student Life is hosting their annual Diwali celebration on November 10th at the Beckerman Recreation Center from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. The International Student Council says, quote, Diwali is a festival associated with the Hindu goddess of wealth, prosperity, and good fortune. It symbolizes the spiritual victory of light over darkness, good over evil, and knowledge over ignorance, end quote. Attendees will be able to experience authentic Indian cuisine and music, as well as other integral parts of the culture. Guests are encouraged to dress in their most vibrant outfits and fully immerse themselves in the celebration. Students with questions about the event or reasonable accommodations should reach out to isc@newhaven.edu. The Military and Veterans Office is hosting a toy drive for the annual Toys for Tots. From now until December 10th, students can bring new, unused toy donations to the main atrium of the Beckerman Recreation Center, where a collection bin is located. Donation examples may include sports equipment such as basketball or soccer balls, board games, dolls, cars and trains, books, art supplies, and stuffed animals. Gifts that can be played with anyone of any age are always appreciated. Keep an eye on the weekly roundups and Charger Connection for more events happening on campus this week. That's it this week. Now let's head back to the desk for more weekly updates.
On November 8th, the university recognized First Generation Student Day. Students and faculty gathered to honor the achievements of students who were marking milestones in their families and pursuing a journey in higher education. The Alumni Lounge was packed from 12 to 2 p.m., allowing First Generation students in an array of campus offices, including the Myatt Center, Career Development Center, Dean of Students Office, and First Generation Student Association, to connect and share experiences and resources, and to celebrate their success. This event sought to enforce the mission of fostering a sense of belonging and empowerment within the Charger community. The event combined food, conversations, and bonding activities to connect the community of first-generation students. For further resources for first-generation students, contact the First Generation Student Association, the Career Development Center, and the Dean of Students Office.
Updates regarding the Class of 2024 commencement ceremony have recently been announced, and the plans are causing even more of an uproar from graduating seniors. On Friday, November 3rd, the Undergraduate Student Government Association announced that the ceremony would be held in Zolan Stadium, better known as a soccer field, right here on campus. This will be one collective ceremony of all undergraduate students, regardless of their college or major. This news has caused uproar from most members of the senior class who have yet to have a real graduation, as well as their families, with most of the class of 2024 having graduated in 2020 during the COVID pandemic. Many of them were looking for a normal graduation. The commencement committee has guaranteed that procedures have been put in place to make this day perfect and give all guests the opportunity to see their students walk the makeshift stage. Plans have been put in place to reserve parking lots in the area to allow all guests accessible parking, as well as ensuring that all students will still receive their 4 tickets for their attendees. While the plans should allow for a normal commencement, many concerns have been brought up by seniors about how the actual day will work and the unfairness of losing yet another graduation ceremony. An open forum was held on November 7th by the Class of 2024 E-Board, allowing students to get out their grievances and speak their minds about the whole situation. At this meeting, the Class of 2024 President, Senkova Benzo, announced students to express their discontent and speak their voice as much as possible to the administration and commencement committee. Many questions were brought up at this meeting, including where everyone was supposed to sit, if the chance for more than 4 tickets would be available, and what would happen if it rained at the graduation. At this time, many of those questions cannot be answered. The E-Board has also announced plans to release a petition to be signed by students fighting for a ceremony at the Hartford Healthcare Amphitheater in Bridgeport, like it has been in previous years, or at a similar venue in the area. Students are encouraged to reach out to administration and share their voices and grievances over the change of days plans for the day.
That's all the time we have for this week.
You can check out the latest Charger Bulletin newspaper on chargerbulletin.com or in newsstands around campus.
Stay up to date by following us on social media at Charger Bulletin.
Check out our link tree for access to the Horseshoe magazine.
Thank you for joining us. My name is Amanda Thompson.
And I'm Gina Cruz. See you next week on another episode of Charger Bulletin News.